Park Sportsbook and Casino app. But I have for you the Monday 5, and it's very training camp related. So let's start it off. You can play at home, and we want your comments. First of all, as we sit right here on the precipice of camp 2024, how many wins? What do you got, JP?
How many wins this season?
Yes.
I'm still going to go with 12 wins for the season.
All right, 12. Skeeves, how many wins?
Wins, Eagles. Let's go with. I'm going to go 12.
You're going to go 12. VG.
11.
11 seems to me like a pretty good number.
Yeah.
12
Win a division.
could be industrious, but I still think they win a division. I had this debate on Saturday. I was stunned with the Cowboy love. I'm going, I don't get it.
There's always going to be Cowboy love, cuz.
No, but I mean, you're talking about, doing it with I respect Jason. I do the show with Jason Fitz, and he's a good football guy.
We're talking about culture here. They can't like the culture down there.
I hear you. Give me 3 reasons why the Eagles will win the division.
Okay.
JP.
The rest of the division is terrible. They have the Eagles have more talent than anyone else on the division. That's number 2. And I like the schedule, especially if you look at the last 5 weeks. Those are easily winnable games, and that's probably where you're looking at the final stretch for the division. So those are my 3 reasonings.
All right, Skeeves.
Yeah, I think everything that JP just said, the division should be an easy one. the Cowboys didn't make moves. We don't know what the Commanders are going to be. Giants stink, and
and
it's also just the, Cowboys won the division last year. They never repeat, so it's got to be the Eagles' turn, right?
The every other year.
The every other year, exactly.
VG.
Yeah, 3 reasons. Cowboys, Commanders, Giants.
Nah. See, I thought you guys were going to go, Saquon, I still think the pieces on this offense should be better. You've improved the secondary. That's one thing. I do believe you addressed it. Now, again, they have to grow into it. It's a young secondary. But I like how it looks. All of a sudden,
like the corners.
I think there's some players there.
Yeah, safeties, I'm still a little. I think Reed Blankenship, does he still start here? If so, yeesh. But the corners, yeah.
And that was
huge
a big
upgrade.
problem last year. Big problem. Give me your 3 biggest question marks. JP.
3 biggest question marks this season. Well, we talked about some of them. Number 1 is the coordinators for me, how they will fit. And obviously that was a big, that's what we heard, right? That was the biggest reason for the collapse, was those coordinators were not on sync with the team. Number 2 is just Jalen, not only his leadership, but his play on the field. We talked about it constantly. He needs to have a bounce back year this year. And number 3, the leadership. That is included Jalen, but also the coordinators. And a big one we just talked about, Nick Sirianni. A lot of question marks for him. So those are my 3 biggest question marks for the Birds this season.
Skeeves.
My 3 question marks is definitely number 1, Jalen Hurts. What is he going to bring to the table this year? Are we going to see him that 2022 season, or are we going to see him kind of seeing ghosts like last year? This defense, we got a lot of rookies playing on it. We got a lot of guys who haven't had NFL snaps, so I want to see what they're going to be able to bring to the table as well. And then I want to see what this offense is going to look like as a whole, what Kellen Moore is going to bring to this team. I know there's going to be a lot more pre-snap motion. There's going to be a lot of plays that we haven't seen yet. Are they going to be able to implement that run game with Jalen? Are they going to be able to, show us that we don't need a good defense and that our offense can be our defense?
VJ?
Kellen Moore, I'm a big question mark on. The linebackers, I feel like they were exploited a good bit, and they didn't do a good enough job addressing that. And there's some good running backs in this NFC they're going to have to face in the playoffs. And I'm really curious. I'm not even trying to be funny about the tush push. The effectiveness without Kelsey. I want to know how important he was to that. Was he the pivotal factor in that? How did they do it without him? Because it's such an effective play for them.
Yeah, well, anytime you get a lock that you're 4th and 1, 4th and 2, and you're getting it, that's it. That is a big deal. Give me the jersey that you will wear this season.
I just purchased it, and I think it was very fitting to talk about this. I just got a BG Kelly Green jersey.
Ah,
It's going to be the one to wear this
That's a
year.
classic.
Yeah.
Instant classic.
Nita Kelly Green, and obviously
BG was at Knights of Venice in Ocean City.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, BG was there, prominent.
yeah, he was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I needed a Kelly Green. I don't know how much longer Brandon Graham's going to be here, so
Was he on a boat?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. He was on a boat. Everybody was going
Was
nuts.
he like the marshal of the parade?
Yeah,
or-
everybody loved him. Yeah. You saw him waving.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Nice.
BG, Knights of Venice. What you got there, Skeeves? Who's your jersey of choice?
I did get the Jalen one last year, the Kelly Green. I wore it, and I think I kind of screwed him up a little bit by wearing that jersey. So I'm going to put that back on the shelf for this season. I think, everyone's going to say, Saquon's going to be a big part of this offense, and we're all excited for him. I'm pulling out the A.J. Brown.
yeah.
I feel like A.J. Brown is going to have a monstrous year. Especially if they can get that that run game going, they're going to be able to get those deep shots down the field, and I think we're going to see a lot of good things come from him.
Yeah, if A.J. Brown wasn't super popular, I'd wear it, but there's too many 11s going to be out there. So I'm going Jake Elliott. Just consistent, man. I like it.
This guy.
A long line of good field goal kickers here, the Akers,
Dude, a lot of kids wore acres were growing up.
That's a big deal. Like I am not.
Give me
I'm
that four.
disputing
But the
that.
kicker jersey?
But no, I can't. I could never.
Well, you're a different physique. I mean, you're the guy your stature wearing a kicker's jersey is a little different than someone
I'm not a
svelte like me wearing the kicker's
Right.
jersey.
I'm not talking about that. Like I'm just talking about the kicker in general.
See, I'm big on the offensive lineman jerseys. That's something super underrated, and I love those jerseys.
Do you?
I have an Elaine
Yeah.
Johnson at home.
Again,
What would you wear?
I'm not a big jersey guy, but
Yeah.
if I were, I would.
Myalata.
Well, no,
I feel like because it's throwback.
Well, no. If I want to go pick this year,
Yeah.
Okay.
I think to me it's Barkley.
Okay.
I think
Okay.
it's a Barkley.
I get it.
I think getting Saquon, I think it's a big deal. I know people, we look at and we devalue running backs,
Mm-hmm.
but getting a guy like Saquon Barkley, I think is a monster.
It's generational.
For the next 2 years, I still think he's got.
Do you have any injury concerns at all? I mean, he's banged up 3 of the last 4 years.
You always have injury concerns.
Yeah.
In football,
Especially at that
you
position.
always have that. You always have that. But let's just talk about it in generalities. He didn't slow down.
Mm-hmm.
He had nothing. He had no O-line. He had no quarterback.
Literally.
There was no, like, usually you have a guy, your running back works off your passing game, right? He had none of that stuff.
Yeah. You ain't lying.
I mean, I just expect him here. I expect him to it's a big deal for him.
I agree.
So anyway, best and worst of the weekend. What was your best, JP?
Well, you took my best. I was going to talk about the Brandon Graham and in Ocean City. I thought it was pretty cool seeing everyone cheering on Brandon Graham. But my worst, my mom, because as you know, today's my last day for 9 days. I'm going to get married in Colombia.
JP getting married.
So, because I haven't seen my grandma in 13 years. I've never met my aunt in Canada. And I would figure my mom would want to surprise me with that. She decides to tell me on Saturday morning, hey, we just picked up your grandma and your aunt. Mom, why wouldn't you surprise me with that? That's so, that would've been so cool.
That's beautiful.
I get it, yeah. But I'm happy I'm able to see my grandma for the first time in 13 years.
She's coming to the wedding.
She's coming to the wedding from Canada, and my aunt. They both live in Alberta.
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 Wow.
That's a far flight.
Well,
What
there's a
brought them
slightly
to
different-
Where? Near Edmonton?
Yeah. So my
Wow.
aunt actually married a Colombian Canadian back in the 90s. She moved to Canada, and then my grandma visited, and she loves cold weather because it's the craziest thing ever. When my dad was growing up, she wanted to live in Bogota because of the temperatures, but she got Canada instead now.
Wow.
She loves the cold weather.
So you like surprise? You like being surprised? You're a surprise guy?
Yeah, especially something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I am too.
I don't love surprises.
You're one of those
I wouldn't be
people.
surprised
Yeah,
with
I
my
don't
grandma.
love
What's
surprises.
the matter? You're like, "Hey!"
Surprise.
I got PTSD, bro. Don't surprise me with nothing. I need to know what's happening. I need to have my
You
hand
got
on it.
issues.
Yeah, of course.
Skeeves, Best and worst of your weekend.
Best is I went to a really nice dinner on Saturday. It was called the restaurant was called Bloomsday.
Oh, that's in my hood. Thanks for saying hello.
Yeah, it was for my girlfriend's birthday, which
Cool.
is this weekend, but we were celebrated this past weekend as well. Great meal all around, delicious, loved it. Worst of the weekend? Oh man, I don't know. The world.
The world.
Just the world.
Well, every day is crazy, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Best and worst, VG.
I went to the movie Saturday night. I saw Long Legs, but it was nice to see a crowded movie theater on a Saturday
Really?
night in the
I
city.
like it.
Yeah, a lot of young people out
Good
at
stuff.
the Ritz at the Bourse.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was nice.
Awesome,
Movie
man.
was decent, but it was like festive.
Was it as
to
good
see.
as people?
Yeah, I thought it would be more horror movie than thriller, but it's more of a thriller, and just not enough Nick Cage for me. I need him all the time, and he's a scene stealer. I just need him.
He was
more.
really good.
Yeah,
in that
he's
movie.
great in it, but just not enough of it.
Didn't you meet an actor this weekend at the wedding?
No, but Shane Gill as well as at my one watering hole this weekend, Saturday night. He was up and popped into the New Way with some friends.
Dude,
Oh,
he's
that's
like
cool.
the most popular comedian right now.
Yeah,
I feel like.
Yeah. Worst was the open weather yesterday. It was too nice. The end of the game was just a little breezy. I needed some rain and some like real wind, gale force winds and stuff. Yeah, it was just too nice.
Yeah. No,
clean.
I listen. I feel you on that.
We all silly like the mayor.